Take a shot, take a shot.
Reloading.
Third vehicle, third vehicle.
Third vehicle.
Okay, following on from last Tuesday's session, so now we've had a bit of familiarisation with the 74. Going to go a little bit deeper into some of the other bits and pieces around it, do some more familiarisation in it, work with some optics, work with some explosives, run some more drills around that, and generally get used to who the fuck's sending me. So, with regards to weapons, so we were using in the main, in fact no, I think exclusively we were using the AKS 74U last training session. Reason for that is it's the shortest barrel and it's got a collapsible stock, so doing stuff in and out of vehicles, doing stuff in and out of buildings, it's the most user friendly in that regard, and it's used by a lot of police, paramilitary and special forces for those kinds of applications. Obviously there's lots of other 74s. I'm going to expand the remit of what's available to the team. They are all going to be based on the AKS 74, so the S in the AKS basically means it has a collapsible stock, so they'll all have the collapsible stock, so we'll be able to use them in an enclosed area. Not going to stipulate you need to use the U version, which is the version I'm holding. The magazines are universal across this, so it doesn't really matter. All it will largely come down to is when we're going through doorways and around corners and stuff like this, it will just affect the profile of what we're doing. Obviously this is the shortest 74 I'm now holding with the suppressor which usually goes with it, and it's already quite fucking long. It's bordering on, if not longer than what we're used to using. Like with our regular box, if I put it in there, you're clear to use it, unless your element leader says, don't do that, can you do this? For whatever reason your element lead decides to do. And as we go along, I'm going to slowly add more and more and more kit to there. In there right now, you'll have all the AKS 74 variants that we're cleared to use. You will notice they are all the N variant. The N variant basically means we can mount things on it. So you can see on my one right now, I have a PKAS, which is one of the optics that is quite common. The optics which are in the box, pending further review, okay, and that is the caveat. So if someone wants to come with me with a load of fucking intelligence and stuff to back it up, the stuff that's in the box right now are the stuff that we are likely to find in the stores and inventory of former Soviet countries who are not the Russian Federation and are not 2017 plus kind of gear loads. In terms of ammunition, there is lots of different types of ammunition. The one that we're going with right now is the one which is most commonly deployed across both Russia and its former Soviet nations, and there are multiple different types of magazine in the box, much like what we do with our regular gear. Well, we have the Mark 262 ammo, but I don't tell you which mags to use and how to use them, and leave that down to personal preference. There's a whole bunch of variants of mags in that box, from double-sided mags taped together to different coloured mags to ones with sprinkly dust and pink halos and all sorts of shit. I will let you choose how you want to individualise your gear loads and take it out, but that is the ammo that we're going to be using. Finally, there's some Russian smokes in there, and there are Russian grenades. There are two types of Russian grenades. Well, actually, there's three types of Russian grenades. We won't deal with the type of Russian grenade which is most commonly deployed. We will use the Russian grenades which are most commonly found with the more modern parts of their forces. So they are the RGN and RGO. Okay, so very basically, the RG. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the The RGN is very loosely speaking an offensive grenade, and the RGO is is for all intents and purposes a defensive grenade. So the actual differences between the two is the RGN is an impact grenade and the RGO is a more regular frag grenade with a timer attached to it.